Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss if American Express credit cards and points are the best in the game. Now I talk to a lot of people in person about credit cards and the points and miles game, and usually when I talk to people who are new to it, I recommend that they end up getting themselves Chase cards. But most of the times when I talk to people, a lot of them like to ask the question about American Express cards, and they always want to know whether or not they are the best and if they should get this specific American Express card. And the reason why I like to recommend Chase cards to people in person is because Chase cards, I feel, are very easy to get yourself good value, even if you're someone who knows nothing about points and miles. Whereas with American Express cards, I think that you're someone who needs to be a little bit more knowledgeable to actually end up getting yourself the really good value that American Express has to offer. So many people who are new to credit cards or don't really understand credit cards are drawn to American Express because of the allure that's behind them. American Express does a great job when it comes to its marketing. They pretty much have it out there that anybody who's a somebody has an American Express card. Or if you're someone who's a baller or a big spender, the American Express card is the one you're going to be one to use for that purchase. And there is a lot of truth to American Express being an incredible program. American Express has some of the best cards out there. If you're looking for the best hotel credit card, the American Express Hilton Aspire card is the best one in the game. If you're looking for the best dining card, in my opinion, it's going to end up being the American Express Gold card, where you can end up getting yourself 4x back on dining and then 4x back on grocery stores. If you're looking for the best credit card with lounge access, that's going to be the American Express Platinum card. Now, I do know that the card actually had some changes earlier this year, but even with those changes, I still think that the American Express Platinum card is the best card when it comes to lounge access. Because you have the Centurion Lounge you can go to, you have the Escape Lounge, you also have Priority Pass, which has over 1,300 lounges across the globe. And then if you happen to be flying with Delta, you can also access the Delta Sky Club with your American Express Platinum card. Now, American Express also has cards that give you 2x on all categories. These are business credit cards, but many people are looking for catch-all cards that give them at least 2x back on all of the purchases. So you do actually have that option with American Express. Now, American Express also has a few different just straight cashback earning cards. Now, I don't think that they are the best options out there, and I do think that other programs have better options for cashback earning cards. But if you're someone who wants to get yourself an American Express card, stick with their program and also get cash back, just know that that is an option with the American Express program. Now, while there are a number of things that American Express is top tier in, there are a few things that American Express is lacking in. While American Express does have some really awesome sign-up bonus that are connected with their cards, the thing about the American Express program is they have a once-in-a-lifetime rule, which goes that you can only get yourself a sign-up bonus one time per card with their program. Now, if you end up looking at other programs out there, typically with most of the other programs, there's going to be a time limit of when you can actually reapply for the card and then have the ability to get the sign-up bonus again. Usually it ends up being somewhere along the lines of like 12 months, 24 months, or 48 months. But with American Express, you only get yourself that option for the sign-up bonus one time with that card. Now, the reason why this ended up being problematic is because I've met numerous people who, when they first begin getting themselves credit cards, they end up missing out on sign-up bonuses because they don't really understand why they would want to spend that more money to be able to get themselves the sign-up bonus. Like, I met people who go, wait, I have to spend $3,000 to get myself 60,000 points back? I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather not spend that amount of money and save that money instead of trying to get myself the 60,000 points. But in reality, how they should be thinking is that they should be trying to hit that minimum spend, but doing it with natural spend or just future spend for bills that they're gonna need to pay, and then just take care of them right now. If they end up doing this, they can end up hitting that sign-up bonus and then not have to overspend, but use natural spend along with future payments, which will allow them to be able to hit that sign-up bonus. Now, when I've met people and talked to them about this and they start to realize that they've missed out on the sign-up bonus with these cards, I end up telling them that they can end up reapplying for that card. Many of them have actually already gotten rid of the cards they end up signing up for years ago, and at least now they actually have the option to reapply for that card. They end up getting themselves that sign-up bonus for that card. With American Express, this is not going to be an option you're going to be able to have with their program. And also with American Express's sign-up bonuses, if you happen to already have an American Express card that has the ability to upgrade to a different card, American Express will send you something telling you to upgrade to the next card. And if you end up doing that, sometimes they'll either give you a worse offer than what the sign-up bonus end up being if you just apply for the card straight up, or if you happen to do it, you might not even get a sign-up bonus or a welcome offer at all to upgrade to that card. And if you end up doing this, you don't end up getting yourself that sign-up bonus or welcome offer. What ends up happening now is that you end up negating the ability to be able to get this welcome offer in the future. And this can also actually happen if you end up downgrading an American Express card. So this pretty much ends up just working out that if you end up product changing an American Express card within a certain family, within the program, you can end up losing out on that ability to be able to get yourself a sign-up bonus in the future. Sign-up bonuses are so lucrative, and honestly, when I end up looking at getting myself a credit card, the sign-up bonus is going to be one of the top reasons for me to end up getting that card. Even if this is a card that I'm not going to keep very long in the future, at least I actually end up having myself a year to know whether or not I actually want to keep this card, and the sign-up bonuses is going to make it at least worth that while. But if I end up seeing a card that I can get, but I can't end up getting a sign-up bonus for, many of the times I won't end up signing up for the card because the sign-up bonus is just going to be able to get me so many more points than I would be able to get from just natural spend, because I'm someone who prides myself on not spending that much money. So getting that sign-up bonus is very, very important. So knowing that if you end up product changing your American Express cards, you may end up losing out on a sign-up bonus ends up being a downside, I feel like, with the American Express program. So while you can't hit multiple sign-up bonuses with the American Express program, you still can end up hitting the initial sign-up bonus, which usually with American Express can end up being very, very high and very lucrative. And also when it comes to multipliers with the American Express's cards, American Express has some of the best higher multiplier cards out there. I already went over the American Express Gold card that gives you awesome value when it comes to dining and groceries, giving you 4x back on those purchases, all in membership reward points. And then also, if you're looking for a card that's going to give you high multiplier when it comes to flights, the American Express Platinum card is going to give you 5x back booking directly with airlines. These are higher multipliers in categories I think that most people end up spending a ton of money on. So if you end up having these American Express credit cards, you can end up racking yourself up a bunch of points. Also with the shopping portal Rakuten, you can get yourself so many membership reward points. Now for those of you who aren't familiar with Rakuten, Rakuten is a shopping portal that allows you to get yourself cashback or membership reward points if you happen to have yourself a membership rewards earning card when you end up using Rakuten to shop online with the websites that are affiliated with Rakuten. Now, if you happen to not already have yourself a Rakuten account, I will have a referral link in the description box. If you decide to use it, you get yourself $30 back on your first $30 purchase. When it comes to earning points, outside of sign-up bonuses, I think that American Express's membership reward points are going to be the easiest to rack up out of any program out there. Because of their higher multiplier credit cards, the Amex offers, the referrals, and then also Rakuten, you can get yourself so many membership reward points so fast that ends up making the program absolutely awesome. Now, even though I think you can rack up points faster with American Express than you can with any other program out there, the thing about the American Express program is you have to be at least somewhat knowledgeable with the points and miles game, I feel, to get yourself at least normal, basic value, or good value. Whereas with other programs, I think you can end up easily getting that. But with American Express, it's very easy if you're someone who's a novice or a beginner at this to give themselves either bad or terrible value for your points. Now, the reason you can end up getting yourself either bad or terrible value as compared to good or great value for your American Express membership reward points when redeeming them is because there are a bunch of different ways to redeem your American Express membership reward points. You can redeem your American Express membership reward points with online checkout, for gift cards, with travel, for statement credit, or with American Express's transfer partners. Now, even though there's all these different ways to redeem your membership reward points, they're not all created equal. If you end up transferring over to transfer partners, you can end up getting yourself some excellent value doing it that way. But if you end up redeeming your points for a statement credit or for online shopping, you can end up getting yourself like half the amount of value as you would as compared to what most people think of just the baseline value for points are. Which the baseline value for points should end up being 1 cent per point when you end up redeeming your points with most programs. That's what you end up getting. But with American Express, if you end up redeeming for a statement credit, you can end up getting yourself 0.6 cents per point in value. If you end up redeeming with online shopping, you end up getting yourself a half a cent per point in value for your points. This ends up being terrible value because, as I said, you should be getting yourself at least 1 cent per point should be the baseline. So if you end up redeeming with online shopping, even if you end up racking up a bunch of points with the membership rewards program, you're pretty much cutting your points in half if you end up redeeming with online shopping. Now, while I think that the American Express Platinum card is a great card, it does also have a 5x category when it comes to purchasing flights. When it comes to just normal earning with the American Express Platinum card, this card only gives you 1x back on all purchases, which ends up making this card a terrible earning card. Now, there are a lot of people out there that I know who actually have the American Express Platinum card and they use this card for all of their purchases. I've actually been out to dinner with people who use the American Express Platinum card to pay for the dinner, and then I talk to them about points and I ask them how they end up redeeming their points, and they tell me that they use them for Amazon or for a statement credit. You'd be surprised at how many people, if you end up talking to, who have American Express cards that earn membership reward points, end up redeeming their hard-earned membership reward points for statement credit, Amazon, or gift cards. And honestly, this ends up hurting me because I know that they don't even realize how much they end up losing out in value for their points. And I do think that American Express is banking on this, and this ends up being one of the reasons why they end up giving us higher multipliers with these cards, because they know that the American Express Platinum card is going to draw in a lot of people because of the allure of the card. But if you end up using this card on categories that aren't going to give you higher multipliers, then they end up redeeming their points for half the amount of value of the industry standard. I do think that American Express does bank on this, and that if you happen to be someone who is going to redeem your points in one of these other categories, then it's just not going to make any sense to get yourself American Express cards that are going to be earning membership reward points, because you're going to be losing out on a ton of value. But if you're someone who actually does know how to use their points and actually understands how the points and miles game works, even just a little bit, and knows how to transfer over to transfer partners, you can end up getting yourself some great value from your membership reward points. Now, even though you can end up getting yourself some great value, we end up taking advantage of transferring over your membership reward points to transfer partners, you do have to make sure you're at least getting yourself positive value from that American Express card that you end up having, because most American Express cards that are going to be earning membership reward points are going to have annual fees that connect with them. And that's another downside about the American Express program, is that you have to look at the annual fee and then make sure that if there are credits or different perks that are connected with it, you end up getting yourself positive value from that card after calculating and taking advantage of the credits and perks that are connected with the card. There are a lot of people who end up having the American Express Platinum card that I feel are honestly probably getting themselves negative value because they're not taking advantage of the Uber credit, of the airline credit, of the hotel credit, or they barely even use airport lounges because they actually don't travel that much. I do know people who end up having the American Express Platinum card who actually don't fly that much, but I swear they get the card because of the allure of the card. As I said, the American Express program and their cards can end up being great, but you can't just get the cards because of the allure, because these cards end up having high annual fees. The American Express Platinum card has a $695 annual fee, so you have to do the math to make sure you're getting yourself $700 or more in value from this card for it to actually end up making sense for you to actually end up having this card in your wallet. I really do wonder how many people who actually have the American Express Platinum card are actually getting themselves more than $700 in value with this card. If I was honestly to guess, I would think that it's less than half the people who actually end up having the card are actually getting the amount of value that the card can be giving them, because they just don't really understand how the game works. Now, even though I've said some negative things about the American Express program again is going to be the top tier program if you actually know how to redeem your points and miles. You can end up getting yourself some great value with the transfer partners, and American Express has more transfer partners than any other program out there. Now, if you are someone who likes to fly internationally in business or in first class, you can get yourself some excellent value because American Express has a ton of airlines you can end up taking advantage of to get yourself business and first class flights across the globe. Plus, also American Express, their program, from what I've seen, tends to end up having the most transfer bonuses compared to any other program out there. So usually multiple times a year, American Express is going to have a transfer bonus where if you want to transfer over to something like Virgin Atlantic, you get yourself an additional 30% if you end up doing it at a specific time when American Express is advertising it. So this can end up being incredibly lucrative unless you get yourself even more value from your points if you end up looking out for these transfer bonuses. If you're not someone who flies internationally that often, then I do think that the American Express program can still end up being good for you. However, I do think that it's strongest when it comes to international flights that end up being in business or in first class. But that's my take on American Express cards and their program. I still think that if you happen to be a beginner, it's going to make more sense to get yourself some Chase cards, just because when you end up redeeming your Chase Ultimate Reward points, the odds of you getting yourself either normal or good value with Chase Ultimate Reward points I think are very high. But if you're someone who understands the points and miles game even just a little bit, or you happen to be advanced at understanding the points and miles game, then I think that American Express credit cards end up being the top dog. Your travel experiences are going to be better when it comes to getting yourself American Express credit cards, and also when it comes to redeeming for international business and first class flights, I think that American Express is going to be the best program out there that's going to give you the best value for your points. But let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about American Express credit cards. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you do happen to have any questions, also drop those down in the comment section down below and I'll do the best I can to answer them. If you happen to be interested in any American Express credit card, I will have referral links down below. If you decide to use them, they will really help out the channel, and I'll be incredibly thankful for your support. If you happen to really like this video, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace.